click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to become a billionaire. Welcome to the Billionaire Club, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Just click the subscribe button if you want to become billionaire. 12 most expensive things Donald Trump owns. Hello billionaire Donald Trump has reached baller status. There's no other way to put it. High risk, high reward. That is essentially the condensed version of Trump. He made billions. We don't exactly know how much, but Trump claims it is much higher than Forbes' estimate of $4.5 billion by investing in and developing a bunch of properties in the Manhattan region which could have, and almost did. Go tits up. Donald would probably enjoy that expression, don't you think? Of course, although Trump won't like to admit that all of it was possible via his father's loans, we will get into that later. Trump does seem to have a knack for turning 1 million into 10 million. Also, we have a few spoilers. First, prepare yourself for a lot of gold. Like, a lot. Spoiler number 2, for all of the Trump supporters out there, there are a few cracks in Trump's photon, but know that we did our best to resist them as much as possible. Give us credit. So, for all intents and purposes, let's take a look at the billions Trump is rolling in. Especially including all of his fancy toys, Melania Trump not included. On number 12. We have Mercedes-Benz SLR with the price of $445K. Obviously, this is not the most expensive thing Donald Trump owns. But we didn't want to bore you with a list of skyscrapers that are basically all the same anyway. We assumed you would much rather hear about Trump's luxury cars instead. Indeed, Trump's wheels are pretty impressive. He owns at least 5 of the best, most expensive cars around, including this 2003 Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. He's also got a 1997 Lamborghini Diablo VT, a 2011 Chevrolet Camaro Indianapolis 500 pace car, and a couple of Rolls-Royces for good measure. On number 11. Rolls-Royce Phantom price over $500K. This is the second Rolls-Royce for Donald Trump. He also has a 1956 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud, one of the oldest in his collection. You know that Trump has to have the top-of-line toys, and the Rolls-Royce Phantom is no exception. Indeed, the car was born in an effort to create the best car in the world, and riding in one is supposed to feel like you're riding on a magic carpet, Aladdin style. On number 10. We have SIKORSKY S76 with the price of $7 million. Kids and adults love toys just as much, which is why we've dedicated a post to Donald Trump's helicopter alone. Although we will get to the rest of his impressive aircraft collection a little later on. Lifestyles of the rich and famous, right? The SIKORSKY S76 is the best kind of helicopter you can get. Trump even hired a fancy pants designer to remodel the entire helicopter in 24-karat gold, which, as you will see, is not a surprise. On number 9. We have aircraft collection with the tag of $35 million. One Boeing 757 airplane, a Cessna 750 Citation and 3 helicopters. Trump gets around like a baller. The Boeing has multiple bedrooms with pillows that have the family crest on them, while the master bedroom has an entertainment system and a master bath with a 24-karat gold sink. The plane has a main lounge, a dining room and a private guest room. While the plane is older, Trump said that buying a 25-year-old 757 is like buying a bag of Cheetos. Trump said that it was his favorite toy and that although he didn't need it. On number 8 we have penthouse with price of $90 million. This is where Donald Trump sleeps at night, along with Melania Trump and Barron. Although it isn't one of Trump's most expensive properties, it is one of the more interesting ones. We will sum up this penthouse with one word: gold. The lavish abode is covered in so much of it that it is probably too much for the common man's senses. Indeed, the house is so extravagantly decadent that Melania and Barron cannot bear to leave it just yet for the measly White House. On number 7. We have Mar-A-LAGO vacation resort/club with the price of $150 million. This is where Trump spends some of his weekends, his vacation time, and presumably where he gets his classic tan at his 110,000 square foot private club in Palm Springs, Florida, some of the best valued land in all of Florida. While Trump has other properties that are worth much more than this one is a bit more interesting given that Trump spends a lot of time here. He also rents out rooms for private events. The initiation fee is currently $100,000 on top of $14,000 to be paid every year. It is also where Trump married Melania, if you so cared. On number 6. We have with 10 golf courses the price of $206 million. Trump loves golf. When it comes to Trump's most expensive assets, the combination of his 10 golf courses spread across 6 states is certainly high on the list. And Trump owns 100%. From the California seaside to New York City, Trump's golf balls are everywhere. And that's not to mention the 3 golf courses in Scotland and Ireland worth another cool $85 million. On number 5. We have the Trump building on Wall Street with the price of $345 million. As far as Trump's properties go, 40 Wall Street, also known as the Trump building, is another high roller for Trump. Worth $345 million based on the portion that he owns. Actually, NYTimes is worth more, $390 million, but there's nothing particularly interesting about it, so we didn't include it. Originally, the Trump building was designed to be the tallest building in the world, but this title didn't last particularly long. Trump acquired it in 1995 for less than $10 million. The entire property is worth $501 million today. Will Trump be able to apply these business skills to America? We will see. On number 4. We have Trump Tower in Manhattan with the price of $371 million. This 58-story skyscraper in Manhattan is home for Donald Trump. Trump Tower, also briefly renamed Dump Tower on Google Maps by some trolls, is full of shops, some of which even sell Trump memorabilia, apartments and various offices, making it one of Trump's most well-known properties. To date, the building has been home to Michael Jackson, Cristiano Ronaldo and Bruce Willis. If that weren't enough, it was also the site of Wayne Enterprises in 2012's The Dark Knight Rises. If you're not subscribed yet, you are missing it. On number 3. We have Avenue of America's building with the price of $409 million. Of all of Donald Trump's properties, 1290 Ave of America's, filled with both retail ventures and offices, is worth the most. Trump owns 30% of this $2.31 billion building. There's nothing particularly remarkable about the place in and of itself, and it has been shrouded in legal trouble, but in case you were wondering what Trump's most expensive property is, it is this 1290 Ave of America's, adjacent to the Rockefeller Center and Radio City Music Hall. On number 2, we have The Art of the Deal book. 1 million copies sold. Okay. Let's take a break from discussing Donald Trump's insane wealth for a second and look at a couple of the priceless boosts of publicity that made him get to where he is today. In that case, we have to discuss Trump's half-memoir, half-business advice book, Art of the Deal, a very popular New York Times bestseller. On number 1, we have estimated net worth with the price of $4.50. Forbes has been trying to figure out the extent of Donald Trump's wealth for more than 35 years. Their most current estimate puts Trump at $4.5 billion, which is actually down this year. According to Trump, however, Forbes would be wrong. He claims he is worth more than $10 billion. Regardless, what we want to know is how exactly did Trump get so rich? First of all, it all started with Trump's grandmother and father, who started in the real estate business. According to Investopedia, it was Trump's father who had the true rags to riches kind of story and was actually the genius in all of this. Donald was lucky to be born into a wealthy family, his inheritance worth anywhere from $40 million to $200 million. It was him who made it possible for Trump to start investing in developing real estate, as he provided the loans to be able to do so. Click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to become a billionaire.